Hi, James here with the 1HourSmartHome.com, and today we're going to compare the Google Home Hub, or now known as the Nest Home Hub, to the Echo 5 or the Amazon Alexa Echo 5. So these two devices are actually a lot more similar than they are different. And the biggest difference between the two, right, is that this is a Google product. It's designed to work with all those Google Calendar features and other items within your Google ecosystem. And this is designed around the Alexa and Amazon ecosystem. Both are great products, but we're going to help you kind of discern what's the difference between these two so you can figure out which one is right for your home. So I actually just picked this Echo 5 up, I think for Prime Day or somewhere around that. And this Google Home Hub, I picked this up when it first came out. It's now, I think, called the Nest Home Hub. There's also another version called the Nest Home Hub Max that the only difference really is that it has a camera on it. And in the Echo Show 5, there's also an Echo Show 8, and that's just a little bit bigger and pretty much the same features. So even though this is the Echo Show 5 versus the Google Home Hub, there's really a lot of similarities between the platforms that are bigger or that have a few more features. So the biggest difference between these two right off the bat is that the Google Home Hub, or Nest Hub if you want to call it that, it does not have a camera. They originally did that because Google was going through some privacy concern stuff. The Echo Show 5, it does have a camera, and you can see there's a little toggle button right here, and it's a cover that can close over the camera. So I do like that feature. I actually, my parents and sisters have some Echo Shows. It's really nice to be able to video chat super easy. You just say, Alexa, call Dad's house, and you're able to go ahead and have a video chat right on this thing. And it's actually like perfect size. Yeah, you can do it on your phone, but sometimes it's more convenient. And what I like is if you're working with other people, you can still be typing on your computer while you're having a video chat, which I think is really nice. Or use your phone, which happens a lot. And the video chat will allow you to call people on their phone through the Amazon Alexa app. So you only have to have one of these, and your other person on the end of the line could video chat through the Alexa phone. Google Home has calling, but it's like a more complicated thing. I really haven't figured it out yet. Plus, this doesn't have a camera on it. So, you can't do that with this. Now with the Google Home Hub Max or Nest Home Hub Max, you could do that. And I'm calling it different things here because Google's having like an identity crisis with what they want to call their smart devices. Are they Nest devices? Are they Google devices? For a while, Nest was part of Google, and it was still part of Google, but a different entity, and then they recombined, and now they're all one. I don't know, that's for someone else to figure out, not me, but then they renamed like half their product line, different stuff, so just kind of a thought there. You can see that this is like scrolling through pictures as we go there, so I'm just gonna scroll off that. Tells you the time. The other bigger difference too is you can see the screen size here, right? This is a bigger screen. This is 5 inches. If you went to the 8-inch screen, it would be bigger than this Google Home Hub, Nest Hub here. So I don't really think the screen is that big of a detractor difference with either of these two devices because really you can use, they're actually both touch screens. So like you can scroll through here up and down, left and right, and you can choose the buttons that you're going to work with on this actual screen, and there's some controls down here. It's hard for me to do the video and show you the screen orientations, and the same thing with this. So right now it's just showing the weather, the time. I can scroll. It's going to show me some smart home stuff. It's going to show me some Discover Alexa things, set an alarm. And then a lot of it you can customize on the app what it shows you. Like if you want videos that interest you or news, you can customize it so that's kind of like what pops up or interesting things. For me right now it says popular recipes, how to make a sausage and potato soup. That's interesting, but I don't think I'm going to do that. So the screen size, obviously this is smaller, this is a little bit bigger. I don't think it really matters that much. I'm going to give you a side profile shot. Okay, you can see how they look. I do think this looks a little bit cleaner. This is kind of more like what you think of like an alarm clock. Like it's got that kind of like profile, and like if you've got a small alarm clock, this could easily replace it because it works as an alarm clock as well. But you can also control all your smart home devices. You can ask it the weather. Every morning, my wife asked Alexa what the weather is, so that's really convenient. Every night, we set the temperature through Alexa.
It's 46
Oh,
degrees Fahrenheit.
Alexa off. Alexa off.
Look for thunder.
I thought I had it muted, but I unmuted the button there. So every night we use it to set the temperature, turn on and off our lights from bed, and in the morning we use it to check the weather. There's a ton of other stuff that we use it for. You can even arm your security system through the Alexa device, so I really like that. Same thing with Google. You can check the weather. You can do all that kind of stuff from here. One thing that I will give Google props to that I do like a lot is the smart home interface. It's a touchscreen, and you just scroll down here, and then you can control all your smart home devices. So we've got a Nest thermostat here. You can control that, and like our smart locks, we control that here. I could unlock or lock my front door, cameras. So, you know, the smart home, and then I can even control my Sonos devices here that I've got connected. So both of these allow you to control your smart home devices either through voice by saying Alexa, turn on the lights, or Google, okay Google, turn on the lights. But I will say that Google does have a little bit nicer interface for that. Overall, I'm more of an Alexa fan because I have more Alexa devices, and Alexa, the platform, tends to be a little bit more open. Google is seeming to like kind of want to funnel people into their ecosystem to use just Google related devices with their stuff. And everybody says it's because of security. Both of them kind of say that. But I do feel this is a little bit more open, so it gives you more options in all the smart home devices that are out there. These are more popular, or the Alexa system is more popular than the Google Home. Now, that's not to say that this isn't a good product, because it is. It's a well-designed product. It works well. Personally, I do feel a little bit like the privacy stuff, right? Because like Amazon wants to sell you things on their website, so they might use that information. I don't know if that's true or not. From Alexa to make you buy things, Google wants to sell you advertisements. So when they collect your information, they're potentially taking that, and a lot of other people have that information available to market to you for advertisements and all that kind of stuff. I don't know the exact privacy policies of either of these, because there's like 50 pages that you have to read whenever you accept the terms and conditions. But I do feel like, just if you think about the reputation of the two companies, they're both good, but I do feel like this is a little bit more privacy oriented than the Google stuff, just because everything with Google is connected. You've got, you know, your Gmail, calendar, all that stuff connects right to the Google thing. So it's nice in some respects, because you can use Google as a all-in-one device. But on the other hand, like if you're worried about the privacy stuff, maybe neither of these are for you. But overall, this is great product. I do like the smart home. They both have speakers on them, and the sound is similar. I mean, you can see the speakers in the back here. Neither one of them is like as good as a Sonos. So if you're gonna get a speaker that you really want to, you know, use for music or something, I always recommend the Sonos devices, the Sonos One, the Sonos Play One, or the Sonos Beam. Those are really good products for streaming music, and I've got some of those, as well as built-in Sonos speakers in my home, which I really like. So let's see. There's even CNET. Top stories for you: Ring Pro versus Nest Hello smart doorbell. And you can, like, you know, play stuff. See, like, Google knows it's always listening to me, because obviously I do a lot of smart home stuff. So, you know, that's kind of what makes it a little bit creepy, right? That's kind of what I don't like about this device. Versus this is more just like, I don't know, it's not as tailored. There's a lot of cool things about both of them. But if you're in the market for either of these, they both are similar price point. I do think this tends to be a little bit cheaper most of the time. And it's nice. Just, I got started with Alexa because Alexa, there was more of them at the beginning. And this is a great addition if you've already got a whole bunch of Alexa devices, because you don't have to switch over to Google. Both of them will allow you to control your Nest thermostat with Alexa or Google Home commands. Most smart devices will work with either of these platforms, but like I said, Alexa I think has a little bit more compatibility with more products. And overall, if I had to pick one, I'd I'd probably pick this or the Echo Show 8 or just the Echo Show. But if I was somebody that already had a whole bunch of Nest products and I didn't have a voice assistant and I just wanted to keep everything in one ecosystem, you know, the Google Home is a good choice. And the other nice thing about this is if you got like a Nest doorbell, you can view your Nest doorbell on here and then you can talk through it. So like you can answer the door and then actually talk through it like a video intercom, which is kind of nice. And you can do that with the Alexa for the Ring doorbells. So Ring and Amazon and Alexa are all kind of one thing, and Nest and Google are kind of all one thing. So you can see those two platforms are kind of like parallel. They do the same thing, but separate. I wish that both these companies, instead of separating everything, would let things be interconnectable. And when smart homes first came out, you know, that really was the case. A lot of Nest products worked with Google stuff or worked with the Amazon stuff, and Alexa products worked with Nest and Google stuff, and vice versa. And then both these companies decided that they wanted to make a lot more money on these programs, so they have kind of sideloaded you to get you to buy these devices here. And overall, because this has remained what seems to me to be more open and has a better developer community, like it's super easy to program an Alexa app. Like there are like 10-year-olds that are programming Alexa apps. Like you don't really have to have that much coding knowledge. So it allows there to be a lot of things that will work on the Alexa ecosystem. I'm even programmed an Alexa app, and I really don't have a ton of knowledge about programming or anything like that. It's really a visual kind of thing. So you can program with different blocks and different settings and just logic. So you don't have to have a broad background in programming. So that is kind of nice about this. And there's just a ton of content and apps and everything for Alexa. Google is more like developers have to program stuff. It's not as much amateur DIY. So people out there can absolutely do it, but it's like more higher level. So that tends to be why there's like fewer apps. And how Alexa sets it up, or Google or Amazon sets it up for the programming, is they have you build these apps inside of all these frameworks that they've already created, so that it makes it really easy, but also makes it secure. And they do approve everything, all the apps. They test them, they actually test them before they go out into the app store. So there's not like malicious stuff out there on Alexa, which I do really like. So that's kind of my summary between the two of these devices. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Thank you. Visit us at onehoursmarthome.com, or if you want to support us, you can click on any links below. Those support us as well, and we appreciate that. Thank you.